I made a promise to myself that when I got this car, I would go on the most insane road trips ever, and 3 months later, here I am. I drove my 2018 Subaru BRZ 750 miles round trip because I just had to see the scenery for myself, and it did not disappoint. Driving up PCH, you go from the sun-drenched cliffs of Malibu to the ancient redwood groves of Big Sur, and this trip fundamentally changed the future of my car. We explored hidden beaches, stood on the edges of massive rocks, and found out what happens if you just keep driving north. Grab a drink, get a snack, and let's go on a road trip.
Where are we at again?
Point Dume.
What's up, guys? I'm just kidding. Hello, everybody. We are here with our third road trip on the channel. Today, we're going to be going from Harupa Valley all the way to Carmel-by-the-sea, which is like 5 or 6 hours away. It's going to be like 7 hours. We've been driving for so long already, and apparently you still have 5.5 hours left. This is actually a birthday trip for my girlfriend Daisy, who's hiding behind the camera. She might want to come over here. What? Is it cheese?
Cheese.
Cheese. Oh, this is her. You guys, you've seen her in like every single video, so it's not even much of a surprise. But yeah, I'm going to be driving in my BRZ to a lot of different places. Right now we're at Point Dume National Park or State Park, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And it's a pretty cloudy, misty, scary looking day. So yeah, we're going to do a quick little exploration of that, and then we'll get on our way again.
Before we get too wrapped up in this trip, we gotta take a step back to where it started. And everybody knows that all good road trips start with the exact same thing, and that's filling up the gas tank. Lucky for me, this car gets surprisingly good miles per gallon. And while I won't tell you the exact number until later, just know that I was not stressing about my wallet during this trip at all. At least when it comes to gas. I have one other very big expense. Kicking off this road trip, the first memorable road that we took was Kanan Dume Road in the Santa Monica Mountains. This road is very recognizable because of the 3 very well maintained tunnels along the route. It's a pretty windy road, so in a car like the BRZ, it was pretty fun. But it was also about 7 AM by the time I got on this road, so there was a decent bit of traffic. Aside from watching a couple waves crash and taking some pictures, we didn't have much time to mess around here. So after our very short visit, we had a pretty tough decision to make. That decision was choosing between driving through Santa Barbara or going on a slight detour to get to Solvang. But honestly, this wasn't too hard of a decision for me because, I knew exactly where I wanted to go.
Quick detour towards Solvang. Not really detour because it's still on the way, and it's not quick either. It's like 2 hours away still. Yeah, we're gonna get back to driving and we'll see you somewhere. Okay, y'all, the BRZ has taken me another hour and a half. I don't know how far away we are from home, but I've been driving for a good 3 or 4 hours. So it's doing pretty good. I can't complain. I'm comfortable. Actually, I'm not comfortable. I said that and I just realized that my shoulders hurt. But it's doing pretty good. And I'm getting really good miles per gallon. I'm getting like 45 miles per gallon right now. That's actually insane.
For those of you who don't know, Solvang is a Danish-themed village nestled in California's St. Ynez Valley. It was founded in 1911 by 3 Danish-American educators and pastors who wanted to escape harsh Midwestern winters to establish a colony to preserve Danish culture and heritage in the West. Although the name directly translates to sunny field in Danish, this area didn't always have the cute half-timber Danish-styled housing that we all know and love. It wasn't until 1947 when this town underwent an extreme makeover where it eventually resembled the town as we know it. At different points in time, this town was visited by the Denmark royal family, so it was quite the successful project. But enough with the history lesson, we gotta talk about food now. We ended up stopping at this place called the Belgian Cafe, and it was so good. Starting it off, my girlfriend had a nice simple orange juice, and me, I just got water. But the real deal was the food. I got blueberry strawberry waffles, which were just so legendary, and she got this sort of apple pie looking waffle thingy, but it was also very good. And I also ended up just combining all my eggs, bacon, and hash browns into a fun little skillet, so that was delicious as well. After we were done eating, we decided to get going again, and I'll let my past self take over.
Okay, everybody, we have just finished being in Solvang, California. It was cool. It's a cool little Danish town. Now we're gonna keep on heading up PCH, and we're gonna go to Morro Rock, which is a little closer to our destination of Carmel-by-the-sea. I'm probably going to show you guys some little spots on the way up there, but until then, I'll see you guys there.
And before we continue on our journey, we gotta do the one thing a lot of car enthusiasts dread the most, and that is getting gas.
I had to put in just under $40 for a little bit less than half a tank, so combine that with 40 miles per gallon, pretty good car to have amidst these very, very expensive gas prices. But like I said, let's keep on going on this road trip, and I'll see you guys probably in Morro Bay.
Getting to Morro Bay was pretty fun. We had to drive through Santa Maria, and more importantly, I saw a beautiful Porsche dealership. I want one so badly. Hopefully one day I could bring one on a road trip or something. But yeah, getting through this valley was pretty cool because we saw the gradual transition from the city to the coastal environment that we're all used to. And just like Dume Point, this beach was also very foggy. Right behind me
is Morro Bay rock. Honestly, I mean, it's cool. It feels good here. The air is nice and crispy, but no offense, it's just a rock. I got this at my house, I'm not even gonna lie. But it is a pretty cool rock. If I could climb up there, I would. But let's see if I can walk around and find something that will disprove my opinion on this rock so far.
Although my first impression of this rock wasn't good, I quickly found something that made me change my mind. I found not one, not two, but a whole group of otters. I have never seen otters in the wild, and seeing them like this was so cool. I love seeing wild animals in their natural habitat, so this was awesome. And otters aren't the only creatures that we saw here. There were so many squirrels, like a bunch of them.
1, 2. They're everywhere. They're hungry. I'm so scared right now. There's like a million squirrels.
And aside from the squirrels, obviously we had some of our feathered friends here. As I traversed the backside of this rock, the monument started to seem more of like what I value during an exploration session. The crowds thinned out, the waves crashed harder, and the fog banked hard against the cliffside. It seemed to be a much more cinematic and picturesque part of this location.
Oh no, the wind has chopped my hair. I actually love being right here. It's like, it feels weird. It feels like I'm not supposed to be here, but it looks really pretty. This is the type of stuff I love to see. I mean, just look at the big rock. I was talking trash about the rock, but from over here, it's not too bad. There's like a bunch of little crabs down here too. I don't know if you guys can really see, but they're down there. All right, so we just finished exploring the big giant rock, and honestly, I gotta give it creds because in the beginning it looked kind of lame because I was like, okay, this is just like a rock that I see next to my house. Once we started exploring, once we went to like the side where it's by the rough water, I guess, it was actually really cool, and I thought it was actually really nice there. It was covered in bird poop, but it was cool. So next up, we're gonna go to a place called McWay Falls. There's no traffic there, so we should get there kind of quick. I'm just kidding, bro. It's gonna take us 2 hours. But anyways, my poor BRZ is probably begging for mercy, so I hope that we can get there fast, and I hope we get to our actual destination pretty soon because I'm tired and hungry, and I stink also. I'm like sweaty. But yeah, McWay Falls, it's really pretty. It's like a kind of like a cove area. Then after that, we're gonna be at Big Sur. So see you guys there.
From this point on, we just started beelining it straight to our next destination. We have already been driving for around 6 hours at this point, and not only were we getting tired, but we were getting kinda antsy also. Driving for this long and knowing that we could have been at our destination hours and hours ago was starting to take a toll. It was making us second guess all the sightseeing and the stops that we've been taking. But the best was yet to come, and my BRZ loved Big Sur more than anything.
So we are pretty close to getting to our destination. I forgot what it was called, I'm not gonna lie, but just look at where we are. This literally feels like, I don't even know. It's like Big Bear combined with the beach, and we're on top of the marine layer, so we just have this constant fog just rolling by. It looks insane. Like, it looks awesome, I'm telling you guys.
Although I just complained about how it was taking too long to get to my destination, I decided to give the BRZ a little breather, and in the meantime, I embraced my inner monkey by jumping up this tree. McWay Falls was so close, and I could just feel that it was right around the corner. After a couple minutes of driving, I arrived at what was going to be my most anticipated pit stop, but it tragically took a turn for the worst. Unfortunately, the entire cove was completely covered in fog, and I was not able to see it at all. Huge bummer, but hopefully I could catch it on the way back down. Not only did I miss out on the cove, but I mistakenly overestimated how thin the road was, and I had to do a 3-point turn in the middle of the road, with all these people looking at me. Honestly, it seemed a lot worse in real life, but once I rewatched it, I realized there wasn't really anybody near, so I guess I'm safe this time. And yeah, mom and dad, I know you're gonna watch this, so sorry, but I can assure you that I made sure nobody was coming. But also, just pay attention to this glorious Subaru 2.0 liter engine purring in absolute glory. Since McWay Falls was kind of a fail, we decided to get on our way. Now the only thing separating us from Carmel was Big Sur, and this was a magical drive. I've always loved how the light shines through the forest around this time, so it was quite the sight to see. McWay Falls and Carmel are pretty close, so it didn't take us too long to get to our destination. And don't worry, I focused on Big Sur a lot more on my return trip.
After 10 very fun but very long hours, we are here. And look at that. I got a spot that was only possible in the BRZ because it's so tiny. I'm too tired for this, y'all. I'm gonna get our stuff out of the car and then we'll come back at like an aesthetic alleyway or something. Okay. Flowers.
Sadly, we arrived at Carmel pretty late, so there really wasn't much to do. We wandered around the misty city for a bit, but then we remembered we did just finish a 12-hour drive, so we have to eat something. We were absolutely starving and both of us had pizza on our mind, so we agreed to go to this place called Pizza Heaven, and it was absolutely delicious. The atmosphere was great, the food was incredible, and I really want to go back.